Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin, and I like motorbikes. And on today's video, the time draweth nigh. And if you watched the last video where I installed and put together my MotoTote Max Plus hitch carrier, then you know what's coming. It's time to test load the Norden. So if you're here to watch something go horrifically wrong, you're probably in the right place. If you're here because you're genuinely curious, well, I'm glad you're here. The rest of y'all are just looking to watch a car crash. And hopefully there's not a car crash, but there might be a Norden on the ground or me under the Norden on the ground. So either way, like I said, camera will be rolling when this happens. But either way, I'm glad you're here. So let's get to it. All right, so before we get into the really interesting part, let me show you the prep work. So I've got these two soft ties. They go around the handlebars. You can kind of see up in here. I got them from a company called Rhino USA. Also have these retractable ratchet straps, which do have clasps on the hooks. So that should keep them on the MotoTote once I get that installed. So I've got one of these Rhino straps on either side. So we can fasten the bike down at the bar level. That should be good. I'm going to use obviously the power of the bike to get it up onto the ramp. So let me get the ramp put on the truck. I'll show you that, and then we can start doing the thing. All right. So to be honest, this isn't that heavy, which is nice because I can actually just deadlift it like anything else. So it doesn't require anything super special to put it on, and that's really awesome. Let me go ahead and get it lined up here. There we go. Easy enough to install once it's set up. I'm not going to hook up the wiring for obvious reasons because we're not going anywhere with it per se right now. I'm going to go ahead and step off camera here and grab the no wobble. So again, you're not really zoomed in to see this, but that's okay. You don't need to be. All right, so that's our MotoTote installed. Let's go ahead and again grab the ramp, which I had off camera here. Goes into a couple slots there. Doesn't look too terrible bad. And honestly, now I think I am going to go ahead and tighten up that wobble hitch because that wobble is actually kind of worrying me a little bit. All right, so I've got my ratchet, got my 5/8 socket. I think that's what it is. Well, I guess we'll find out here quickly. That is kind of impressive. That instantly kind of cleaned that up. So that's actually really good. All right, so now it's time for the fun part. Actually, before it's time for the fun part, let's go ahead and prep just a little bit more. Go ahead and grab my tie downs here. Just take you on a bit of a field trip. Set you off over here so you can see. Probably going to regret that, but such is life. Go and put this in here. And put this one in here. All right. Well, I think it's time we do this. Whew. Hope that was going for y'all, because that was one of the scarier things I've ever done. All right, so I'm gonna keep holding this up. Bike is sitting pretty decent in the. All right, it's gonna be hard for you to see this right now. That's okay. I love you, but that's gonna be the least of my worries currently. Okay, so now it's sitting kind of against the truck. As long as you do that gently, I think you're gonna be all right. Let's go ahead and do this one as well. I am shaking because that was a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so we're off the truck because you can't see this area here. Let's go ahead and all right, and at this point it's not going to move anywhere, which is a really good thing. Something popped off somewhere. I think that was the the things that go in the bottom of the MotoTote ramp. Let me go ahead and I'll first flip my key off here so I don't drain my battery, and then I'll bring you around so you can kind of see what we're doing. All right, so that was legitimately my first time loading this thing onto the back of the truck on the MotoTote. You can see that we are in the wheel chock. I guessed where the chock should go. I made it the biggest size because it's a 21-inch wheel, so it's the biggest wheel. Doesn't look terrible bad on the back of a F-150 pickup, I guess. Can see it is away from the back of the bed, just enough. Sways up and down a little bit. I think that's all right. But you can see I have some compression on the front. It's going to hold it there. Yeah, that wasn't freaky at all. I don't know why people do drugs, because that was enough to get me going. I'm running a Mitas Enduro Trail XT Plus and XT on this bike, so there's some pretty beefy tires. They went up the ramp just fine. Now what I will tell you is that I didn't have it quite square, and that's a problem, but it's a problem that the MotoTote actually helped me solve, and that's really kind of cool because honestly, this tubed frame on this ramp kind of scooted my rear tire over to where it would get in line. So yeah, all things being equal, I'm pretty impressed. I actually loaded pretty easily given the size of this bike. Did I think it would? Sure. Now that's all said and done, I can tell you I thought it would. Just don't ask me to tell the truth on that, because it probably might give you a different answer. Yeah, it was an experience. I'm a little bit speechless because that was not the most fun I've ever had. But at the same time, I think that was a good learning experience for me. All right, so we've got the front tied down. Let me show you what we're going to do with the rear. All right, so for the rear, I'm doing one of these over the rear wheel wrapped braces or straps. It's got ratchets on both sides. So they obviously go into the tie downs on either side of the back part of the bike here. This was 50 or 60 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link to it if you're curious. If you've ever hauled dirt bikes or anything else, it's just pretty standard equipment. All right, let me grab you and I'll walk you around one more time before we start doing the unloading process, which, to be fair, may be about as messed up as the loading process, if not more. So yeah, there's still time for carnage. All right, so there you can see I have this this strap. It's got a vinyl with some grips here on the side here to go on the tire. There's a ratchet here to tie through to hold it on. And then it straps on this side and then on this side with a couple ratchets. So not bad. Of course, we then would take the take our ramp, put it back over here like I would have showed in the last video, and we'd be good to go. If we look at the truck from this side, see, it doesn't look too bad. It's not sagging very much. This is this pretty standard F-150. It's a Lariat. This has a small 6-cylinder in it. Gets decent gas mileage for a pickup truck, but doesn't sag very bad, and that's a good thing. It's obviously got the tow package on, but I'm happy. I think this setup will work quite nicely. Again, just to walk you around one more time, let you see it. She's on there, she's stable. I would have no qualms at all driving out of here and heading off for the weekend, which I'm going to do here in a few days. So yeah, pretty happy with this so far. But like I said, the unload might be the more interesting bit of this. So let me get her unstrapped, and we will we'll play the song in reverse and see if anybody gets caught out. Specifically me. We'll see if I get caught out. All right, so I took the rear strap off already because let's face it, you saw me put that on already, so not a whole lot, anything interesting there. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side first because at least the bike wants to fall over. It will go over into the truck, which is a better option than having it go over onto the ground, as you saw there. We'll go ahead and pop this off. Am I worried about damaging the truck? That's a good question. No, not really. That being said, I might be eventually, but not today. I will say having these Cross Pro bars on here does make it a little easier to hold and to manage. And obviously leaving the bike in gear is a fairly big deal. I'm gonna start it to take it off. I don't think so. Getting it off, like I said, may be more interesting because you gotta get it to go up over. You have to get it to go up over the rear wheel stop up here up front. And then down she comes. All right. Now we can roll her over, set her down. And there she is. Let me move you so you have a little bit better view, I guess, but you would have seen the nitty-gritty details. Let me collect my thoughts and we'll come back and wrap up this video. All right, so that was loading and unloading my 2024 Husqvarna Norden 901 Expedition off of the back of my pickup on this MotoTote Max Plus hitch carrier. I have honestly hand on heart, wherever that's at, never done that before. This was my first time. Doing that, and it's a little unnerving. This is a heavy bike, and I'm not the strongest guy in the world. But if you give yourself time, if I was in a rush, I wouldn't have wanted to do that, because you want to think through everything as you're doing it. Obviously, I use the bike's power, use this beautiful KTM derived, or not even derived, same motor, KTM 890 cc engine in the 901 Husky here to get me up. I used the front brake and the clutch control to get it up there. And to be honest, as long as you take your time, I think you're going to be great. Was it super difficult? Maybe not difficult, but it's a little unwieldy. Luckily, I'm about between 6 foot and 6'1", so I could stand up here and have my hands up here on the controls, and that was super important. If you're someone smaller in stature with a bike this size, you're going to get some help, because me being able to reach and control the control and have a good feel on the controls was 100% why I didn't screw that up. And to be fair, the over-under on me screwing that up was probably a pretty good bet. So anyway, I hope you found this useful. I hope you found it entertaining. Sorry if you were expecting to see me drop the bike. I didn't. I'm happy about that. Hopefully you are too, unless you really want to see me drop the bike, in which case, promise I'll have a camera running when I go on this camping trip. And yeah, I'm about guaranteed it'll happen there. So if you found it interesting, please give us a like. It really does help. It means the world to me. If you're curious what else we got going on, including many more chances to watch me screw things up, trust me, it happens all the time. It's just bad luck, beginner's luck. Stick around. Go ahead and subscribe. It'll be a great time. And it looks like rain up in the sky right now, but it's been pretty conducive to go out and ride. And I'm excited to go get to do that on some new country, some new trails. And if it's safe to ride where you are, conducive to ride where you are, please do so safely. And I will see you in the next one.